We're going from Ontario now to the Greater Victoria area in British Columbia, where we're going to be discussing the CFAX Santa's Anonymous Society charity with the Executive Director, Christine Hewitt. Christine, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to understand and learn, what is CFAX Santa's Anonymous Society?
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. We are a 44-year-old children's charity, Christmas charity in Greater Victoria area. And this is a really unique little program because it isn't so little, actually. For the 44 years, we've been serving primarily children in need at Christmas time. However, it's become more than a children's charity since 2002, where we have special grants that help children in poverty the whole year through. So it's a really lovely little organization that has 400 volunteers. And that has been the big driving force behind this charity all these years, is the volunteer culture and the donor culture in our community.
Wonderful. And in those 44 years, how has your organization changed? I know you mentioned that it's not just for children anymore. How have you practically changed?
Well, it is still for children year round, but it has changed in giving so that it's not just at Christmas time. We began to realize that, Christmas decorations pack up and go away for the year, but poverty does not. And 1 in 5 children are growing up in British Columbia living in poverty. So our program tends to give a hand up at Christmas in more ways than one. We purchase groceries through our very interesting 12-hour radio-thon that we have every single year called Miracle on Broad Street. And that's where we raise the money to purchase the groceries. We pack up about 3,600 bags of groceries.
Wow.
And then we also give a $75 grocery card to help with perishables and things. Now, the key to this that we found as years went by, that just providing a turkey dinner wasn't what was really going to help our families. It was going to be the weeks that the children are home from school. And that's when the breakfast program and the lunch program just isn't available. And that's where the greatest need fell. So now we send home food that's going to help with those breakfast and lunch meals and preparations for dinner. And so that's what we did with our grocery part of it. With the wishes part of it is another thing, is that every family registered with us, we speak with the parents. Our volunteers are just amazing, and they spend time speaking about what the child's interests are and something that they're really wishing for. And then we balance all of that out, and the donors in our community for 44 years have gone out and bought those gifts.
Oh, wow. Honestly, it warms my heart to hear you speak of your initiatives, because you're sort of empowering the family rather than, hosting the breakfast program yourself. You're actually giving the means to the parents to say, here you are, provide for your children, and they have that pride in doing so. So I think that is very beautiful. So 3,600 bags of groceries, that's a lot. And you do this all within a short period during Christmas?
We sure do. It is. And again, it's with that amazing force of volunteers. There's really only 2 employees with our organization, and the rest is it's really powered by our amazing volunteer managers and leads and people who really stay engaged, and their way of giving back is through their time and their skills. So it just becomes a wonderful opportunity to give a hand up. And many after 44 years are now giving back.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's where it all comes full circle in our community. And this is why it's such a treasured, unique little charity.
And what kind of obstacles did COVID present? And now in the second Christmas of COVID, how are you overcoming that?
COVID presented huge challenges where our donors were going out and purchasing all of those wishes previous to COVID. We couldn't do that, and our volunteer forces couldn't come together the same way. So, like everyone else, we pivoted quite quickly, and with a masterful webmaster, created an online giving platform called the Virtual Tree of Wishes. And we're using that again this year because we still couldn't gather in the same way. We didn't know, there was going to be toy shortages.
Right.
There were all these threats of things that we still needed to keep the part of the COVID plan in place. So we have the virtual tree, and then we have a couple toy drop-offs as well.
Wonderful. Now, we only have a few seconds left. If people want to contribute or participate, where can they go?
Go to cfacsantas.com. It's got everything there. Our website tells you everything on how you can help. And
Christine, thank you so much and all the best this Christmas season.
thank you.